Hi, good morning, good evening, depends on where you are. I'm Irene Wong, a co-owner of a ballroom dance shop called Dance Where Worked and a pro-am competitor dancer for 16 years. I'm your host today for Everything Ballroom. Our goal is to share the joy of ballroom dancing and to inspire more people to learn about this fascinating industry. We hope you like what we do and please give us thumbs up and subscribe to this Everything Ballroom channel. Today, I'm so honored and excited to have our guest who is a legend in the ballroom world. And he was a Polish 10 dance youth champion, two-time US and the world professional smooth champions. He did it in very short time, only 1.5 years since he started, and that is unheard of. And he also performed in Dancing with the Star and a certified judge in World Dance Council, WDC. So I'm so excited, and let's welcome our amazing guest today. Boom, 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 boom. Who that is?
Hello. Hello, Irene.
Tomas. Welcome.
Hello, Irene. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining. It's great pleasure. So happy to have you. So I already talked about you are such a legend, but I still give you like 5 seconds to share a little bit about you, how you started ballroom dancing world, and who you are.
Yeah, so my name is Tomas Mielnicki. So I started actually early. I started in my preschool where my parents sent me because I was not walking straight. I was beating other big guys. We're running around. There was a communist time. We're running around, not standing up straight. So the doctor said he must do some ballet and something else, you know. So actually they sent me to swimming and then the classes with the ballet and Polish folk for I think year or a year and a half or maybe even 2. Then I had a break. And then the most beautiful girl in the whole primary school asked me to dance with her because she just lost the partner. Obviously, she was way higher than me. And then I was shocked, but she said, "You're the only one who did something before, you know? So you probably have the rhythm and you have the posture, so I like it. So I take you." So the whole school was jealous of me at this point. But of course, me super happy. And we were actually placing in the first competition, and second, third, whatever, a couple competitions we did together. We're placing last, dead last.
Oh my God, it must be devastating.
No, well, I was not serious about the dancing at the time. I was just
once to hang out the beautiful girls.
And I have this beautiful girl, so of course I'm set. And then one of the judges came to me and he said to me like this: "You, my friend, you can be very good, but your girl, beautiful, but cannot dance. So that's what for you are last. Otherwise, you wouldn't be last. So please come to my studio. I'll give you great girl, maybe not so beautiful, but great hardworking girl. And if you're gonna work hard, you're gonna be a champion in a year." And that's exactly what happened.
Hardworking girl instead of beautiful girl. That's how you started, and then now you become a champion from it. It's a wonderful story, but it's good that you know that sometimes guys just start with because of one thing, but lead to another. Now you become a champion. Such a great fun story. So now I'm on to know, as a champions, right? What as a professional dancer and, as me as a pro-am dancer, competitive, what is the tips do you think to need to become a champion?
Oh, there is many. Actually, I got prepared for that. I have the list over here. But I'm just gonna make it easy and quick for you, okay? So I'm not gonna go into it right now unless something will be really interested. But so first of all, basic fundamentals necessary. Without this, just no way to go on. So like hours of basic hard working on it. So it will allow you to bring the rest, you know, because otherwise to bring the heart on it on the floor, to make a story, to even be comfortable in the positions when the technique is not there, no chance. Yep. And then
fundamental technique. Yes, number one.
Yep. Number one. It's a 97% of the success. I think it's a hard work and fundamentals, working on fundamentals, big time. Next thing is the very important group of coaches. Small, I would say small group, doesn't have to be any big, but the coaches who you trust, who can close your eyes and you will do everything they say on the dance floor. Okay, so you have to trust them, you have to be open-minded, and as long as they kind of relating to you, you keep up. But in the same time, you should have a mentor who, end of the day, will tell you this is good, this is maybe not necessary, and why, and take care of your also emotional part. This actually we're kind of missing with GT, I have to say it. And then there wasn't much coaches who would take care of all our emotions, how we're feeling. So the second year when the Jonathan came back with the Valentina, we were actually quite stressed out after we won, quite stressed out, and we were under the huge pressure because we're champions. But then, you know, one time they winning, one time we winning. So it was so much pressure that actually at the nationals we did not dance our best. We were at the bodies was a little stiff, and then they won, not all the dances, but they won. And then they deserve it, of course, and I'm very happy for them. Then we came back, of course, and we got it again. So, but at this, recently I've seen one of the documentary movies, and one of the coaches said that to be under the pressure, it's actually a privilege. That we can be under the pressure only, of course, after hard work. This pressure may happen because you're in a higher position, but again, it's a privilege. You work hard for this to have that pressure, and that's how we should look at it. You know, not look for negatives. We really think about as the something to be proud of, and then literally think about this as a positive. Yep. And then,
okay, so may I recap?
Yep.
Let's just say hardworking, fundamental, number one. And number two is that have a coach and mentor. There are two different, coach and mentor are two different things. So coach, you can have a lot more of them and focus and listen to them. The mentor is really give you the deep guidance, day-to-day guidance, and you know, on that. And then the third I heard is that embrace the pressure. Pressure to us is a good thing. So make sure it's a privilege to
think that exactly. That's it. Yeah. Just thinking about this as a privilege instead of actually stressing about that, you know, because it is. If you're under the pressure, that means that you achieve something. You are somewhere. You work hard for it, and that's why you're under the pressure. So it is. It's something to be proud of, and to literally be aware, to be proud of, and then treat it in the positive side. Yep.
Wonderful. So those three, did I capture it right, or you have something that
this is very important ones? But I have here. I'm gonna just point it. I'm gonna talk about this anymore. You that definitely need to find some inspiration. Everybody must have somebody they inspire them. Like can be a movie star, can be a director. Like for example, for me, Bob Fosse, or the Gene Kelly as a dancer. But also little things sometimes can do. Everyday life, whatever is happening, anything can inspire you. But it's very inspiration, very very important. And through this inspiration, you're supposed to have your, if you want to be a champion, not only even, I believe, you have to have a vision of your style, the way you want to present it. And American Smooth is one of those styles when you can have actually your direction. They say there's two main directions. One is one's a vertical, one is a shape. We kind of with GT combine and said all is possible, and kind of started that idea that both of them should be combined, and then as well. So, but our idea was say the story on the floor, story of our lives. Each dance differently, but say the story we are having to talking about our lives through our bodies on the floor and our stories. So that was my vision. Besides that, like I said before, I think I mentioned, I'm not sure actually, very important, I think we went there, very important, besides your head, you have to dance with your guts and bring your soul through your heart. So you really have to put your heart on the dance floor. If you don't, that's not gonna happen 100%. You have to be fully from morning till evening breathing the dance. Just the dance is supposed to be for you like an air, simply. So when it's like an air, and then you just non-stop thinking about this, and you putting your heart on the floor, I guarantee, with a great technique, you're gonna get there for everybody. And always need to believe in yourself. Have coaches who believe in you. Discipline yourself as well. Besides to open to any ideas, like I mentioned, and have financial plan and goals overall. Financial plan, what I mean, that means that you need to be aware that's going to cost a lot of money. So you need to figure it out. Who's going to work, how much you can both work, or maybe like in my situation, I work because I had more students. For the men, way easier in New York. For the ladies was very difficult. So JT said, I'm going to teach a little bit, but I'm going to do the dresses. I'm going to take care of the dresses, your jacket, stoning, music for the shows, prepare, organize everything, book the travels, and I'll be the working one paying the bills. Plus, there, of course, in the competition, when you start getting results, you're getting a little bit of money. Wish there is a little more, but it is what it is. And then actually, I suggest to everybody, whoever is competing, to keep doing the Pro-Am, of course, because and thank you, Pro-Am, so much for supporting us through all these years. Because I believe if not Pro-Am, my championship would not happen, because they were basically, thanks to Pro-Am, the teaching its lessons was not enough for all the expenses. So actually, Pro-Am, big bow to them for that, because they allowed me to make my dream come true, make it happen. And but I suggest one thing: when you competing professionally, don't dance Pro-Am the same day. That's all.
Right. So this is such an insightful, especially I heard that from professional dancers, because where you were, financial planning, how to work it, how to manage the balance, the money earning professionally and earning money, and you competing here. So this is so insightful. And also I believe that you're talking about dance your heart out. So I truly believe it, and then less pressure. Because I remember I danced, when I win, when I didn't expect I win, and I have no pressure, I end up winning. And when I'm thinking I have a chance to win, I put so much on myself, and I did so bad. So whatever you say resonate with me 100%. So this
is the year when we won, first year we won, we supposed to be last place basically. We got into the final. We said, well, that's it. It's going to be a 6th place. So let's just enjoy ourselves. But in the same time, we were dancing our heart out. We're not chilling on that means relax doesn't mean chill out. This is still competition. What that means that you're not overdoing it, not over trying, not thinking like you have to get this stretch somewhere, this head somewhere, this position that big. No, that's not important. That's important is actually to be real and put your heart out on the floor at this point and enjoy that 100%, 100%. No thinking, just pure enjoyment. And you're supposed to become like one piece with your partner. And for me, even for Pro-Am, I was thinking like this, that I'm just with them. We're all together, we're creating some story on the floor, and that is just the only way it can be. Plus the music, it's just we are all one, becoming at some point. That's the key. That's how you get successful dancing. Not champion, doesn't matter, champion or champion, but as a successful dancing, that could do a lot.
That's so amazing. I really love what you say. Say have fun, right? Especially Pro-Am.
Oh,
Sit down and enjoy and have fun, listen to the music and just dance because like what you said, you cannot overthinking at the dance floor,
Your work is done. You're done. Your teacher can mention to you, for example, look at your head weight, whatever here, but literally don't bother.
At the dance floor, don't think about what your teacher tell you now. Just listen to the music.
If your teacher tells you he just wants your good, okay, he doesn't want anything bad, but he wants your good. If you think one thing from all this he said to you can fix it, one maybe, but overall, no thinking and pure enjoyment on the floor. I'm telling you.
At most, that's one thing that fixes perfect. That is so insightful. At least for me, I get so much out of it already. Great. So next question is that now you become a champion. How does it impact your teaching?
Well, yeah, we were making it is a little bit more because your price goes a little bit higher. Your coaching's happening more often, especially in the beginning, and then some judging here and there. I've noticed at certain point that all my students are open goals, so that's wonderful because they are in the highest level. But I love this. I love this way. But I'm very big fan of fundamentals, and I actually find a way to make it fun. To when we're learning, using some images, comparing to some images. So it's like I'm saying, the whole body, it's a castle situation, there is a king, there is a princess, there is a Cinderella working hard, and it's funny things, but just to have fun with this. Even with the beginner steps, I enjoy big time. So I wish to have a little bit more of the beginners, but
we're afraid that you're too expensive, as a beginner, yeah.
Interesting to be. I'm actually probably on the lower part because me and GT will say to each other that we're gonna be affordable and they were gonna be fair, to everything what is happening. So we actually never have the high end like some people decide. I believe we already make quite a good money. So I was keeping on a lower level, the same competition. I'm actually not expensive at all. And I really love to teach beginners from the beginning, from the complete beginning. Like they cannot even walk. Barely walk, and I make them dance, So the literally, and guys, one thing, remember, if you're in pain, something wrong with something wrong with the teaching, because I believe in American sport there should be no injuries. So you can feel twisted because the body twisting, but if you feel lower back pain or neck pain, something went wrong.
Yeah, I totally appreciate what you said because I danced for 16 years competitively. But I felt, at the beginning, I went to very entry-level studios teacher and I didn't learn as well. Then I changed it to a better teacher like you, more, mature teacher, I called it, more well, have a lot more experienced teacher. It changed how I feel and dance. So I totally recommend everyone to, you know, at least look at the you know, champions like you to dance. And also, I thought you're expensive. You're not that expensive, even plus, right? So, you know, that is so good. And I appreciate what you told me and as a champion. So definitely, you know, look it up. And I agree, you know, Chinese always are saying, find the best teacher and you learn the fastest and the best. So
and enjoy end of the day, enjoy this dancing. Okay, make sure both pro and pro.
Perfect. And you have such a big heart and passionate about dancing. So any dancer will get a lot out of you. I totally agree. I have no doubt on that. One last one before we end this great, you know, I already learned a lot. What do you, when you look judge in the professional pro-am, I'm talking about pro-am smooth couples, what are you looking for? What do you advise those people, you know, in a competition?
So I'm not gonna talk about this technical stuff right now, maybe, but overall, I tell you like this. Overall, what I need to see constantly in the same level. So no changing the levels. Like one time I look at you, you look not so great, and the other time I look at you, you look great. You know, so as equal overall, not to have like bumps here and there.
Consistent, basically.
Consistent, good dancing. That will be of course, that's a must. But after that, I really, first of all, pleasant face, must practice, has to be just pleasant. Like just you don't have to smile from ear to ear, but just a pleasant face, very important, because this is the next thing which we see. Costume, I would say, very important to be finished, nicely finished. Doesn't have to be expensive, doesn't have to be crazy stones. Can have no stones, one just like no stone the dress, and maybe just something on the neck or on the head, and the jewelry, you know. So it's beautiful too, and way less stones, and more comfortable probably. But like I said, it has to be nicely finished, well done, because end of the day, it's aesthetics. And then the joy, that if they can put end of the day some joy to it, is so important. I literally see so many couples so occupied with thinking about, I can tell I have this great or not great gift. I can read people's minds also very often, literally, and I can, when I see them dancing, I know they're thinking, and I know about what they are thinking, what kind of technique things they are thinking, that much. So the face, because all your body language will tell me if you. I've been always observing people. I like to observe people, and then I've learned that just without talking, they really saying, just sitting, even in the train, on the subway. Because as a young man, I was mostly on the buses and the trains. I watched people literally by sitting, somebody sitting, and it's still telling you the information, many informations, just right there, just sitting. So, like I said, the pure enjoyment, even thinking about something beautiful, like I love sunset, sunrise, mountains, some ocean in front of you, and then there's this beautiful man or woman next to you, and you just flying through almost above the earth, you know, from the happiness. That kind of a
basically, you know, don't overthink, like what you said, right? It's enjoy,
don't ever overthink,
dance your heart, and not bringing all the techniques and things and pressure, joyful to the dance floor.
Yeah, well, if somebody is getting off balance, maybe for a moment, it's important to come back a little bit to the basic. But I'll talk about the basic foundations of the fundamentals, you know. So because if somebody is falling off the feet, shouldn't be thinking about enjoying himself even more, you know. But once somebody is a little more on the feet, then pure enjoyment. And I just want to mention in the end one last thing, if the audience is okay. the champion, I got the title, actual title champion. I'm super happy and proud of it. And it was many, many years of hard work, literally. But the champion for me also is whoever even approaching a competition, because to approach competition, you basically, that person who you're dancing with, it's like a marriage. You doing everything all day long together. It's gonna cost you a lot of money. You may not have this money. You have to go find a sponsor, do that, go to competitions, take this coaching, do that, figure out your shoes, your dress, your everything, and then it's a huge job. So anybody who is approaching, for me, it's a champion. Also, even the last place, and this guy is going for many, many years. For me, that's a champion, big time too. Okay, of whoever is in this final, even if he didn't get that champion, but it's so many, many years in the final. For me, that's a champion of that style. So champions can be even somebody who overcomes some emotional problems, and instead of sitting at home and drinking or doing something, he came and he decided to dance. That's a life champion. Okay.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, I really appreciate that. So because I see many friends around me, right? So they work very hard with Pro-Am. We come in very late in life. And to me, they are getting on the stage is an inspiring actions, right? Even though whether they dance super well or not. But that to me, like what you said, is a champion. We should cheer for all of us. So grateful.
Yeah, especially Pro-Am. I just wanted to mention that all the Pro-Am, all of them, they're for me the champions, really champions, because not only they are in a certain age to get yourself on the floor and perform, and like in Latin, those like little dresses, you have to put yourself in your shape. You have to take care of your. This is a lot of work in that age. Sometimes it's really like, I don't know in 20 years if I'm gonna be able to take care of myself as well as I do right now. Maybe I have no power anymore. So for these people to do that and to learn something which is super hard, the ballroom dance is actually super hard. But for me, again, not a bad thing. It's a good thing because it's exciting all the time. Anyway, champions. You are the champions.
Thank you. We
and
are
supporting us
champion.
on top
We
of
all
this.
are the champion.
Yep.
That's wonderful. I think that's such a great ending with this. We all are champions as long as we put our heart out and we try and go out in the dance floor. Thank you so much.
Have courage to try things, yes, and go for it. It's a beautiful thing to do, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you. That's very, very helpful and grateful for your interview and your time.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, my art right here behind me.
Oh, you're artist, of course. Who else can
there we go.
You're artist, right? So we're going to talk about your art next time.
Yeah, sure, of course. That's interesting. Yeah, a lot of artists, a lot of dancers actually have extra things to do because we are artists, you know. So that's a great
dancing is an art, like what you said.
Yep.
That's great. Thank you. And
thank you, Irene.
Have a good day. And then next time, we're going to continue to have more of this interview, and we will invite more dancers, professors, and people to come. And we're going to have a good day. And hope you enjoy this conversation and give us thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Everything Ballroom.
Please do.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Irene.